Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome to another video here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my settings for FSRealistic, which is a add-on that basically adds camera shaking effects, different sounds and feelings to the overall aircraft within Microsoft Flight Simulator. A lot of you have been asking what are the current settings that I use in FSRealistic for the Fenix A320. So in this video I'm going to go through each of those for you and then show you how you can also go ahead and download and use my settings directly within FSRealistic. So installation is of course very simple. So the camera shaking effects, turbulence, that kind of stuff that you are familiar with seeing in my live streams are all provided by FSRealistic. And of course this doesn't just work for the Fenix aircraft, it works for any aircraft within Microsoft Flight Simulator. But I know I've been contacted a lot about my current settings because, well, it sounds like many of you like the effects that FSRealistic gives, and they want to obviously try and mimic those that we see here on the channel during the live streams. So I'm going to take you through each of these step by step and not go into too much detail as a lot of it is self-explanatory, but I want to explain why we've got certain things set to where we have, etc., and why we've also got certain things turned off. You can then easily just go and download the profile that I've set up for this. So these are the settings that I'm using currently in the Fenix A320. So we've obviously got airframe wind, that's turned on, the auto speed brake turned off, and a lot of the settings that I've got here where the Fenix has its own sound for, I've got them turned off in FSRealistic. Otherwise you just kind of get a little bit of a doubling up effect. Blade slapping obviously non-applicable for us. A little bit of braking sound. The breathing I turned off. I did have this on to begin with, but then what I found was that whenever I was trying to program something into the McDo, or if I quickly wanted to grab something on the FCU, then as the camera was moving around a little bit, it became quite annoying, to be honest, trying to get the mouse cursor over where I needed to put it. So that for the moment is turned off. Cabin ambience is turned on, but quite low down in the mix, because of course when you sat here in the captain's seat you can't actually hear the cabin, so it's there but it's just in the background. Clear prop, again not used for the Fenix A320. Cockpit ambience, I've got this turned on and I really like this. You will notice this the most when you are sat on the ground, passengers are boarding, or the cockpit is basically nice and silent just while you're doing the pre-flight prep, and you'll hear sort of like the guy next to you ruffling a few papers, maybe a little cough, something like that, some doors squeaking as or the seats squeaking as they move around. I think this actually adds quite a bit to the start of the flight. So yep, that is indeed turned on. Crash screaming, well, I've got that turned off. If I'm going to crash, I'll scream myself. Engine start, again, that is more for propeller aircraft, so not using that one. Engine vibrations, again, we've got on because it just adds to the start when the engine's accelerating down the runway. You can see things starting to shake, so that's quite neat. The flaps drag, again, that one is turned on, and found rumble 6 sounds quite nice for that one. Flaps lever sound is turned off because this is one of the sounds that the Fenix aircraft has itself, so no need to duplicate up on that. Flap stress is turned on, but to be honest, I'm lucky enough that so far I've not actually had to notice that during the flights. Let's look at the last few then. So obviously float splash, they're turned off. G-forces, again, turned off. I don't expect to be pulling any great G-force maneuvers in the Airbus. Gear drag, again, that was turned on because it's applicable to us, but doesn't want to be too much, but the sound is really nice. Not too much movement, but the sound is quite nice, and I feel that works quite well. Ground effect, again, you don't notice this too much when you're sat inside the cockpit, obviously, but we've got it turned on, but just quite low down in the mix. And then the ground roll, I like this. You don't want to overdo this one, because obviously when you apply a little bit of movement to the aircraft on the ground, it doesn't go crazy or anything like that, but it is nice to see just a little bit of life from the aircraft as well. And finally, of course, the landing applause. Well, you guys can decide whether you deserve that or not. I've got it turned off, basically because whilst it's nice to get the applause, it's not so nice getting the FO next to you tell you that that was an awful landing. So I've turned that one off for the time being. I might turn that on again at some point. So if you too want to use the same profile that I'm using, you can obviously get it from the cloud. There are another 159 shared profiles for this aircraft at the time this video was being made, so you can go through and check, and there's loads of them. So pick one that you find. But if you're after the one that I've made, that I'm using in all my live streams that you see, then you're looking for the profile called EasyJet SP. Those settings that I've just shown and that you can download then give you the kinds of effects that you've been watching over the last few weeks since FSRealistic was released. So the touchdown, shaking cameras and all of that. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to give it a like, and of course if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell for future content. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.